We're live. Good evening. Welcome back. And yes, due to your guys' heaping praise on Need for Speed 3, I am playing Need for Speed 3 today. I even dug out a steering wheel, so appreciate it. Yeah, like and share and subscribe and do all that stuff. I hate shilling the YouTube channel and stuff like that, but it is fun to grow, I will say. I'm not having any grandeur of delusion. I'm not expecting it to be huge or anything, but it's fun to have people hang out, right? So, welcome back, Osmodius. And I see Ted's on as well. Welcome back. Not too bad. Got cold here in the Midwest again, in America, so I'm not sure where you guys are as far as like temperature and everything, but I think we're going to get some nicer weather this weekend. It's not going to hurt. I think I need to do one more mow before the season's over. We had snow come down on the leaves, so it's kind of like a bizarre feeling, so... but... I played a lot of, shooters, strategy games. I figured now's the time to try a racing game. And actually, Daniel, thanks for joining us. I dug out a steering wheel. Because I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all in. And I used to have a really cheapo, the Logitech, like, ones with the yellow, like, super plasticky stuff in the 90s. I had that, and it was fine. There's no force feedback. This is a Logitech Force GT that was made for Gran Turismo 3 and 4 on the PS2. And it works great in Windows 98. But yes, I will definitely crash. I noticed when I was test driving a little bit and testing different games, I was playing Motorhead, for example. That's another really fun arcade racer. Played very well with the steering wheel. So I did not play Need for Speed 3 when it was out. I played the follow-up, High Stakes Road Challenge. I think it was called... It was called Road Challenge in Europe, which is where my copy's from. Unfortunately, I don't know where the CD is, but I was able to acquire it anyway through abandonware sites, and I played that a little bit, so it's fun. And I realized after playing Need for Speed 3 here a little bit too, just testing it out to make sure it ran and everything, it is basically the same engine. So, but the game on the topic tonight is, of course, Need for Speed 3, and it did come out in the big box, which apparently is fairly rare. This came out as like a Mega Mart special edition, and it has basically, oh really? Thump on the wheel like this, or just like, I can see it doing that, because this is just turning it. We'll see if that shows up or not, because it has a servo motor in here, of course, that's actually doing that. I'm gonna have to move the microphone. So, this box opens up, and you got a nice little, information about the game, but it actually has nothing on the back. It's just the pursuit vehicle, and then of course this. So this is unopened actually, and I'm a little hesitant to open it. It is one of those seals that just has a sticker on here. It's not wrapped, but I think that this particular one is not necessarily a limited edition, but it wasn't like the more normal box version or whatever. It has the reversible cover. So Mega Mart, Sam's Club, and some other like large retailers like that sold big box copies of games that were not in big box anymore. Like Warcraft 3 was available in a small box for the longest time, but then also Mega Mart released the big box version. And this is not super rare, but the small box version is probably most people had or played with. So doesn't matter. We're playing this now. So I actually happen to have found, so I don't actually have to open this. I actually found also at this is a local game store, the loose copy for $1. So yeah, why not? But yeah, the My Abandonware side has almost all the Need for Speed games. It's really cool. They will give you the ISO and everything. Some of them did not play that nice with just mounting the ISO. So in this case, I have the CD for Need for Speed Road Challenge. I had a heck of a time getting that to work, so I had to kind of switch around. I did want to show real quick. I have plugged in a second camera here, and this will be shaky. I apologize in advance, but just to show the... So this is the steering wheel we're playing with tonight, which is kind of like the Logitech Driving Force that is for PlayStation. And it does have a shifter, but I haven't messed with that. It actually has paddle shifters on the back, which basically is buttons behind here. See, there's little buttons. So it should work fine. But the cool thing is, if you do play this with the on the PlayStation, it actually supports 900 degrees of steering. So in this case, it's Windows. It only goes here, 90. But if you play it on, thanks, got Super Metroid shirt here, of course. If you play this on PlayStation with the Gran Turismo, it supports 900 degree, and you can actually turn it like crazy. It's like 2.5 turns lock to lock, which, you know, it's not that sort of sporty, but it's more realistic, right? In this case, it's like 90 degrees, and it returns to 0. Hopefully it's not, when the force feedback starts, hopefully it's not too bad, but I can turn my speaker down. The problem with having like all this integrated is that I have wires and things up the wazoo here now, so yeah, hopefully you guys can hear the game and it's not too loud, not too quiet. Just let me know if you can't hear it, but hopefully it's alright. I can't remember if this game has, and I said I tested a little bit. I think I downloaded the car pack too. Yeah, there is a way to force. There's 2 buttons here, or lights. One green light shows that it's in compatibility mode, and 2 green shows that it's in the extended range mode, and lets you turn it even more. And it's actually really strong. I can't remember if this has licensed music. If so, I'm sure I'll get a copyright strike on here, but I don't unmonetized, so it doesn't really matter. If you're watching any of my videos and you get like ads and stuff, that's usually not me. There, I forgot to make it full screen, as you can see the delicious intro video. Yep, that's the same one. I'm just having a blast exploring this machine. I'm not sure why, and I'll probably switch back to some of the older machines. But this is the P3 700. Okay, I can turn it up a little more. There you go. Yeah, it is EA. They find you. They find you. But, yeah, this is the P3 700 again. It's got a Radeon 8500 Pro. And I'm just having a blast, and what I'm doing is, I can show you later too, is I've just been installing games like crazy. I went like overboard installing games, I think. Let me know how the volume is there. Because I got turned down so I can actually hear, but it is old EA, but that's not going to stop them from, you know, copyright flagging it. So I always find this menu interesting because it just drops you right here. So you go to 1 player, and there's a tournament. We'll do a single race real quick. So let's see if, because I actually think I installed the additional cars, but I don't think... Yeah, there we go. They did install. Sweet. I actually found the original bonus cars. So there's the 98 Indy 500 pace car. Oh yeah, this volume's good. So again, I keep saying that on Livestream, like I'm figuring out where I should be on volume-wise. So I think, yeah, I'm looking at the little dancing meter in OBS. I think it needs to be on kind of yellow. Anyway, you actually were able to download some games, or cars to this, and there's actually an active website still called NFS Cars, I think. And they have like tons of custom cars for all these games. So there, for example, here's a Ford Falcon GT. That's an Australian special. HSG VT is also Italian, or not Italian, it's Australian. And those cars are not part of the... so these were not part of the base game, but I actually downloaded them, installed them in the car pack. And my abandonware has that stuff too, so that is actually really cool. But it's got, like, you know, the whole shebang. You can see all the car data and everything. I think car tuning, yeah, download car already did that. So all I did was like get all the stuff and just drop them in a folder. So yeah, I'm not sure. Yes, I haven't played this one, so I'm not sure how to get to the car showcase, where that actually is. If that's on the main menu. No, it's just you get in here, single player. Yeah, the showcase, I don't think all the... See, that one's a base car. I know for a fact this one is... So yeah, I think it's missing the showcase. It does not have the showcase, it looks like. I think it's grayed out. So in this case here, you have the car model, but that's about it. Class C. This is also a... No, this one was included, I think. And it's funny you're playing it now. There aren't that many cars in here. Lister Storm. Remember that thing? And as I said, there's tons of people that have created custom cars for these things. Pretty cool. SL600. I don't think I would classify that as a race car, but it goes to the showcase. That's one of the things I love about Need for Speed 1.
Has been building outstanding sports cars almost since the dawn of motoring. And many of them
in Need for Speed 1, I watched all those things. It was so cool.
Mercedes' current flagship Sportster is the superb SL600, one of a tiny group of 12-cylinder supercars tempting well-heeled buyers on the world's markets. The silky power plant behind the
reduce the volume of my computer because it was rebounding around.
V12, developing a healthy 394 horsepower.
Yeah, software rendering. And this is a game that apparently is fairly picky with Direct 3D. It is Glide supported, it does support Direct 3D, but it was like, it was made for a very specific time, and a lot of the game, or this particular game, seems to be pretty finicky. I had to do some swap outs with DLL files to make Direct 3D work. You're basically fooling it to use Voodoo Renderer, or you're not using Voodoo Renderer, you're basically running a command line to say play Voodoo, but I've replaced the DLL file to Direct 3D file. So it was quite a bit of setup to get this working. I wanted to check it out before I streamed, so.
More than enough to...
Car interior. Look at that! Yeah, I would just pour through stuff like this. Need for Speed 1 I thought was amazing with this stuff, because they had like the super 90s like car. This is like a QuickTime video, I think, or something, so you can zoom in. Go to Countach. Look at that. Ooh, 90s or 80s dash. Diablo. Oh yeah. Alright, let's do a quick race and try out the wheel here again.
Diablo was developed to replace the awesome Countach.
The awesome Countach. Can you say it a little more 90s? That's the thing, it's like, it turned more and more EA commercialized, if you will. But I think, to me, Shigara, the, is this what you're thinking? Italizan Shigeru?
The ITEL design Shigeru is
that's a prototype, not for sale, yeah.
Going Alfa Romeo sports supercar that can also be raced.
186 miles an hour.
Made from aluminum and
Supercharged V6. Wow. 400 horsepower is way nothing, I guess. But yeah, Need for Speed 1 I thought was just amazing because it has so many cool things in it. And I just pour through all the videos and like the specs, and it was made by Road and Track. The first one, and they really touted that. I think I have the box.
And passenger for optimum weight distribution. The Shigeru breaks new ground.
This is the original box that I got when I was a kid. Still happy having that. And excuse me,
unique front
bubbly stuff, but
just one
it was made as like a passion project, right, for Road and Track magazine, and it shows that they spent so much time with making the car parts of it right, and it played well, but probably better driving games around there, and then of course it turned more and more. Alright, we'll drive this car then. It turned more and more arcadey to me. That's kind of like how custom. We got a pink. Perfect. There we go. Now we're gonna race. So, very intense on the red here. Yeah, I probably have the contrast set. Woo! Got the need for speed, which I believe is from Top Gun. So, all right. So I have manual shifting on here and everything now. So we're doing the full experience.
3, 2, 1, go!
Which means the key bindings are not correct. The left shift button was the horn. The right shift button was the reset. So let's check the controls. It's weird that it rebound that. So shift up is there. Shift down. I had saved this when I played this the other day. Let's see. Horn. We'll do that there. Look behind there. Handbrake here. I don't need brake. We'll do reset. Okay, done. There we go. So I guess we'll see how much the vibrations pick up on camera here. At least the game capture is not that bad. But it's riding quite a lot of force feedback. It's a very strong motor in here. That was kind of the flagship steering wheel from to go with Gran Turismo. So they tried to make it pretty good quality. Woo! I guess it sounds like a supercharged V6, but a lot of the car noises, I feel like they got better over the time. I'm a big fan of the Forza series, and their car noises have always been really good in my opinion compared to even Gran Turismo is never really... Like, they seem to get, like, small displacement engines are really good, but then V8 sound just kind of tinny, and it's fine, it's fine. The problem with this is a little more intense, so I can't really look at chat as much. Oh, it could have been a sweet slide there, but... It's actually quite precise, because I'm used to playing games like this with the keyboard, and I can hold, you know, steering in the middle somewhere, and it gives you that feedback, too. The force feedback is, as I said, quite strong. That's a wall. So I feel Need for Speed splits that difference with, like, fairly realistic controls, but then it's pretty arcade. You see how he's sliding around there, but I thought these games looked amazing. Road Challenge or High Stakes uses what is clearly the identical engine, and looks nearly identical. And so I thought this was really good back then. So this was like 97, 98 or something like that.
Lap 2.
Lap 2. How many laps? 4 laps! Oh my goodness. We should actually race a tournament here, but I just wanted to make sure that the controls worked, which they do, after that little horn snafu. And it's funny, again, I mentioned it all the time, but like it's, you know, it's not super smooth, but I mean, you played like this as a kid, this would have been amazing. But we're kind of spoiled now with if it's not 60 FPS, I won't play it, you know, almost. So I'm getting in the zone now, I'm sitting here talking to myself. It's very, I think the music is pretty mellow techno right now, I think. I used to when I play racing games. Oh, that's not good. Take a break right there. I'm gonna read some chat. So, yeah, I can definitely do the software rendering if you want to see it. It's like Direct 3D is really good actually on this one. So we will go back and do another race. I think there's a tournament, so we'll go do that. Start an actual tournament here. We'll do a hot pursuit, why not? Maybe we can be the, whoops. No. Hot pursuit. Do Lost Canyons. Assist on. Nah. Oh, pursuit, okay. Alright, we're gonna try out front of cop, so. Okay, so yeah, there's a modern patch version of this actually, and that's probably what you're mentioning, Ted, that lets you run this game on a modern computer. So you can literally just download it from My Abandonware, get the modern patch, and then play this game in, you know, high resolutions and everything. So here's our pink Shigeru.
3.
Now that I have the right gears.
1, go!
And you actually have to put it into gear, which I forgot. So we're just doing a nice burnout here. And to me, this is kind of the typical, like, you know, 3D acceleration title for me, almost. Now, of course, it was played mostly in software, but it feels like, to me, it's got all hallmarks of that kind of 3D effects accelerated look to it, especially in HP 2. That was very... Oh, you're fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it, police officer. I'm just, you know, taking a leisurely drive in my prototype supercar. I'm sure I won't stand out. It would help if I knew the track too, of course, but at least you learn over time. And as I was flying there, actually, the wheel got loose, so... Tuck it in a little bit. So actually, the one I played a lot was Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed, or Porsche 2000, whatever it was called here. I think it was Porsche Unleashed in Europe, and we played that in LAN a lot. It was super fun, like 4 of us with steering wheels for LAN parties. And we would, there's an Autobahn stage that goes really, really, really fast, and we would pick the fastest cars and then just try to race on that, and that was a blast. Whoa! You scratched the paint, bro. One of a kind. Woo! I should probably shift up this thing when you're driving manual. I could probably run auto here to make it a little more easy, but where's the fun in that? Working up a sweat, fighting this wheel. It is hard to convey exactly how strong the force feedback is on this, because it is quite effective. It's got a strong motor. Of course, I know it's going to jostle the desk around a whole bunch too, but it was like the flagship steering wheel at the time. I know there's plenty more come since, but that is very shaky. Oh my goodness. Is there a road here? Because it doesn't look like there's a road here. Considering what's going on, I think I'm doing quite admirably. That camera shake is giving me freaking nausea. It's so shaky. Oh, not cool. But as I plugged in this wheel, I dug it out again and started racing. And like, I just wanted to check out all bunch of old racing games. Because it opens up the world almost. So that's kind of why I've been messing with this computer so much. There's so many games from this era. And this plays a lot of the games that you might play on a high-end Pentium system or P2 quite well. I should have picked something that has an actual road. Sorry. Not sorry. Get out of the way, Corvette. Whoops, that's not... Hey, I am very stopping here. Burnout. Now this is pod racing. It's funny because I actually rewatched the prequel trilogy a while back because I don't know, I was bored and I have it on DVD and I was watching it on my Xbox. That's enough of the Xbox, the original one. Ow. See you later, cops. We're going to slow burnout out of here. Whoa, that cop just spawned there. But yeah, I'd love to try this in multiplayer, doing pursuit stuff. And whenever the world opens up again, it would be great. I have enough machines to play, you know, probably at least 4 people with this. Because I bet this, with the modern patch on max speed, is fine too. I have no idea where that Corvette ended up, though. I'm so far behind. The stage is not terrific for this. So, are there any, since I can't look at the chat very well now, the people that have played this, sound like several of you had played this game a lot. Are there any, like, amazing unlockable cars? Some of these Need for Speed games, I know, put in ridiculously overpowered cars toward the end. I think Need for Speed 2 did that. Also had cheat codes. I think there was a drivable dinosaur in Need for Speed 2, if I remember right. But I'm pretty sure there was like an Uber car at the end of Need for Speed, the first one. I'm not sure if this game has something like that as well. I should be a car YouTuber because I can talk and drive at the same time, right? Poorly and poorly. Okay, I was saying that and I stopped talking because I'm focusing. But it's just like you start playing and it just kind of works. I was a little shocked the steering wheel worked so well because I thought it would be a lot of issues, but there actually is like Logitech gaming software for Windows 98. install that, and it detects the wheel, and I had one blue screen because it's Windows 98. Rebooted a couple times, plugged it back in, and here we go. It's detected, and every game I tried it with so far has worked flawlessly. I will say, I was playing Motorhead, and the force feedback mode in that game was not playing nice with the steering wheel. It really was just shaking constantly. Like, it was translating, like, you imagine engine vibrations to be cool to very violent shaking all the time. And it made it, like, I had to turn it off. It wasn't unplayable. But, again, that's just how they implemented it, right? So, I have no idea what's going on right now. The physics of the shakiness here is a little overkill. What is going on? Get a seizure. I'll take a break as soon as I can read comments because I have no idea. I'm so focused on the game. Haha! Haha! They got the Corvette ticketed. Whoa! Yeah, it's a really weird feeling because the wheel is fighting me all the time, right? And then when you get in the air, it just goes completely like no response at all. It's really cool. Aha! I didn't get stuck that time. Whoa! I know they have like police voices for and say like Corvette, Ferrari, blah blah blah, but I don't know what they. I don't think a trooper would be able to identify this, you know, super rare prototype car, right? We'll do that. Take a quick break there. Whew. Oh, okay. There's a fake supercar, yeah. Yeah, Michael Bay thinks it's too soft, you're right. That's my flying pink car. Yeah, that shaky cam. That's the thing with, I mean, for a lot of you have the same kind of thing with a lot of modern action movies. They do shaky cam like crazy, and that's definitely what this feels like. So, if you're joining us late, I know we're at 11 people on there now, so we're quite the crowd. We are playing Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit with the steering wheel on the Windows 98 PC. On a P3 700 with a Radeon 8500 Pro, or 8500 All-in-One Pro, I think. All cars in the menu. We can try that maybe and unlock them. I'm not sure we're gonna fight our way through the tournament on this one, so. Oh, there's a train in the back end there too. But it's funny too because I was messing around with this computer. And I don't know why I've had so much fun exploring this machine. Maybe because it scratches that itch of all the 3D Windows games for me. And I had, I think, excuse me, I had a P2 300 and I had a P3 500. So that's kind of the whoa, oh, he's fine. It's like you're watching Fast and the Furious and like, oh, that guy's dead, that guy's dead, oh, that cop's dead, that guy's dead, but, you know, it's all in good fun as long as Dom can growl at the camera. Gonna say, so this P3 700 plays, you know, a lot of those games on the P, like 200 to 500 megahertz really well. So that's allowed me to install a ton of games on this machine, and I just realized, like, oh my goodness, there's so many games I could play on this I haven't even played in so long. So I kind of been on a kick on this Windows 98 era, because it's not so overkill like a total actual overkill machine. So this is able to run this game at 1024 with 768. At pretty respectable frame rates. I bet if I put the 800, 600, it would be even better. But this is, I mean, more than playable, I'd say. I would enjoy the heck out of this as a kid. Tuck out, or get the tail to come out a little bit there. Hang on to shifting. Whoa, and comes this stupid stretch of road. But I will say also, this is certainly starting to stretch the end of this computer a little bit, because I could play some of those, like, late P1, early P2 games at, like, very high resolutions, like 1280 by 1024. But now you're starting to get into the era where this machine was kind of, like, at home. And honestly, I have to look up. I don't well, the Radeon 8500 is probably, you know, semi-realistic thing this machine might have had. And this was originally P2, 350, I think, and it uses the legendary 440BX chipset, which is kind of like the go-to for this era. So it supports a lot, and it's a slot motherboard, but it actually has a slot adapter. So if you watch my videos, it was the first video I made was when I built that machine. Yeah, we're good. It's funny how much more enjoyable these racing games are with a wheel. It really makes or breaks it. So, because I mean, I played most of these racing games with keyboard. That's I think a lot of us have. On these older PC games, and you get the kind of notchety movement, right? And this allows you to kind of be pretty precise, actually. Right, I'm invested now. I want to finish this lap here, or this track, and we'll try that all cars cheat. So yeah, there is a shifter here then, which might be detected. It's funny, in Windows it actually found all the throttle controls and everything, but it is the game sees it as joystick 1, but clearly it works just fine, so. I'm playing race car style because I'm left braking. This obviously does not have a clutch. It's not like the I want to say 27 and 29 newer sticks that have a clutch, which would be cool, but I have a feeling it wouldn't translate that well. I do have a Fanatec Porsche 911 turbo steering wheel that actually someone gifted me, which is super nice of him. He was just done with it, so. And that does have a manual on it, but it's really flimsy plastic feeling. So the idea is really good. You know, they paid a lot for the licensing to make it look like a Porsche steering wheel. It's a solid. Whoop-city. Oh, it's fine. Oh, buff right out.
I don't see the smoke, but you seem to be heading for a fire. I'm giving you a warning. Try to take it easy.
Yeah, we've been chasing you for like... Give me a warning, and I'm off. I've been chasing you for non-stop for 30 minutes, but I'm gonna give you a warning. That poor project car, the prototype car, just... That wasn't even like it popped the wheel, it just exploded and came off. I got a ticket. Oh well, back to doing 120 on these canyon roads. And worse people with no regard for road safety. Watch YouTube videos, people come around in Lambos and just driving like nutcases. Alright, we're gonna finish this. Yeah, this is a long race. I just picked one random because, again, I haven't played this. So I said I played Road Challenge and High Stakes quite a bit. I actually worked my way up. The cool gimmick in that game is that you work your way through a career mode, and then at a certain point you can race another AI player for his car, or her car. And if you lose your car too. But if you win, you get their car. So that made it so you have to kind of bet your car in those races, and that was a really cool premise, and you really get vested because you're like, I don't want to lose the car, especially if it's one you like. But it worked really well, so. Come on. At the end of this thing here soon, it's like, this is a real long race. I probably would have switched to something else here, but I'm vested. I want to win. Of course, now I've only played this, like, super weird secret prototype car that never, so I don't know how to compare to the other cars. I think I drove the Corvette a little bit when I was testing the game, so again, I see chat messages out of the corner of my eye, but I can't read them, so whoa, please don't put out the spike mats again, that was not nice. Oh, they do say Shigeru, yeah. It's good that they know exactly that car. And whee! Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna catch up on your chat here now, but...
You're most wanted!
You're most wanted. You're going to jail. But I have a prototype car. It doesn't matter, you're going to jail, Buster. Yeah, 1004. I do. Yes, I was racing the EU for sure. Yeah, the BX is definitely classic, so Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't hear it because I was just babbling on. Let's go to the main menu then. So just type the all cars in main menu. Yep, there you go. There's El Nino. That was easy. Really? Just all cars and you get all the cars? I guess so. Why is the, What are these guys? Oh, maybe I have class restriction on now. Spectre R42 must be, yeah. It's a bonus car, too. A nice little showcase.
It looks as though it comes from Modena or Turin, but this sleek supercar with the Italian looks actually hails from Dorset on England's south coast. The Spectre R42 was developed to take a bite out of a market dominated by continental rivals.
And this is where this game really went pretty all in on the more exotic vehicles, like, considering you're looking at the list here.
Masters at their own game. With super light composite body
Ferraris and
a potent 350
Lambos and
horsepower,
these all prototype cars, and then I don't even remember this one.
32-valve all-alloy V8. The
All-alloy
R42 achieves
V8.
what every supercar
2,900
manufacturer
pounds.
seeks: lots of power and minimal weight. The R42
350 horsepower. Now you get that out of a
will zip up to 60 miles
V6
per
these
hour
days, you
in
know.
under
But it's not a
5
huge
seconds, and
engine
top
either,
speed is
so...
electronically limited to 175 miles per hour. More than enough for even the
But they weighed
boldest
so
drivers.
little, had so little safety
Agile
stuff. And you look at a
handling is
modern
aided
car,
by a
and it's fast
sophisticated
and,
race
you know,
car
comfortable and
type
has all the
fully
safety stuff,
independent
whatever,
suspension.
so...
And big all-round ventilated disc brakes help keep
Ooh,
all
he's got
that
disc
power
brakes all
under
around.
control.
It's a performance car,
A
right?
stylish cockpit.
Alright, great. Alright, what does chat think? What should we drive next here? We have... that cool music. We got the pace car, DB7, Corvette, El Nino, of course. We got some Australian cars. We just drove the Shagera. We got a whole bunch of Jags. A couple Lambos. We got a Lister. We have the Spectre R42. That's the one I was on. If anyone has any preference, I'm not going to do 4 laps in that one again. I already won that one, so... Atlantica. Yeah, exactly. You got a lot of those big iron vehicles with a ton of horsepower, but they weigh a lot, so... Yeah, it is. It's all important. I will say, I mean, I'll admit to that guilty pleasure. I love Need for Speed Underground, the first one, and the second one. I played those two a lot, and then I lost interest. Need for Speed Underground, the first one, I played on GameCube. Great music. It's such a period piece, this game in general. It's just fantastic. But I played Need for Speed Underground a lot on the GameCube. I didn't beat it, and that game has the most cheating AI I've ever seen. Like, you were on the last lap, like, you're just full speed ahead, you are killing it. Hey, look, just a little demo. And there are, you know, other cars, like, super far back, and you see the second car, which has then been selected by the AI to be your rival in that race. They, like, smack and then just flew away, and you're like, yeah, I got this. And, like, 4 seconds later, they're on your tail again. Like, hang on a second. The rubber banding in racing, I hate it, because it's like, you know what? That's some air. Forget physics. It just annoys me to no end when they cheat like that. So, in Knockout, we'll do a single race again. Let's do the Spectre. But yeah, this kind of like kind of mellow techno. Feels like that was the thing at the time. Can you pick less than? There we go. 4 laps is a lot. 248. You know what? I didn't play Project Gotham Racing much at all. I think I had PGR 3 on Xbox 360. I bought it as like almost a launch title, but I haven't played many of them at all. So I guess you can look at them out. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I get it. It's hard to write good driving AI, right? Because what I feel, and I always mention this when I play racing games, is that if the AI is kind of ridden a certain way, they follow their line. They don't react to you, they're gonna follow their line. If you're in the way, you're getting smacked off the road, you know. I feel like Gran Turismo and Forza do that a lot. They're just like, we are driving here, and you cannot possibly move us out of the way. So, shiny Legos, yeah. Yeah, it was just indicative of time. Like right now, I'm used to using 3D acceleration, and it looks really good and all that stuff.
3, 2, 1, go!
Burnout. Burnout. It's not so fast. Again, 350 horsepower V8. You're like, yeah. And again, they didn't weigh much, but nowadays you get that in freaking V6s. We live in a golden age of performance on everyday cars. Freaking Camry's 300 horsepower. Again, it weighs a lot, but compare that to your average family sedan 20 or 30 years ago, and that would not be the case. Whew. Oh boy, that Ligera turned a lot better than this thing. Shigeru, sorry. That's supposed to be a supercar. And it's fun too, you watch, I follow cars with some interest, and looking at supercars never goes out of style, right? But then you look at the hypercars, where, you know, back here, a really, really fast car is, you know, something with a big honking V8 and light chassis and everything. And now you get those, like, 1800 horsepower hypercars, like the Koenigsegg, that all have just insane performance. Just insane. And I don't think anyone, like, 30 years ago would have thought it was possible, because, you know, it feels like to me in the 90s was, you know, you had Ferrari doing the, you know, Aston Martin and stuff like that were doing a lot of, like, cornering machines. But then there was a lot of, like, really powerful machines with, you know, big honking V8s and stuff. But now, sure, yeah, twin turbo V8 and produced 1400 horsepower and 0 to 60 in, like, 1.9 seconds and utter, like, just gravity-defying feats. And what I think is really cool is that you have all these big manufacturers, I shouldn't say big, but like Bugatti, right? They have a lot of money, so they can make these ridiculous. That's very shaky. Check. It's like my teeth chattering and driving over that. They can make these like super over-engineered Veyron supercars, but then the smaller boutique makers, like Koenigsegg and then like the SSC now, they have to build something different, if that makes sense. I'm just rambling now, but also because I'm just driving autopilot already. The rev counter is in this easy to read in this one than it was in the other one. Yeah, I'm having trouble keeping up. It's like I'm, of course, not driving the stage very well. But it's not too bad with the manual. I thought that would give me a severe disadvantage here, but I feel I'm keeping up pretty well on it. I remember playing Need for Speed 1 with keyboard, and I shifted manually with the A and Z buttons, or keys on the keyboard. I managed to win with that, too. Come on. Let's go throttle. The nice part with the steering wheel is that I can be pretty feathering with the throttle. I don't have to go, like, you know, flat out or nothing like you have to with... Woohoo! Oh, come on. Oh, that would have been really sweet. Imagine if I'd have landed there, right side up. That would have been just like ball or move. It's like Fast and the Furious style. I just land perfectly and just keep on going. It was not meant to be, because I have a feeling that's how car crashes or, you know, stuff like that happens for real. Versus, you know, Fast and the Furious. Oh, that would have been so sweet, though. Maybe next time. It's quite a graceful fly through the air there. I did honk at them before they slammed into me and probably killed me, but that's fine. There's definitely, again, the Shigeru there was, of course, a project car, or prototype, so it's all different than, you know, a production car. They try and stick... I think in most of these games they try and be like, you know, semi-following what the car can actually do in real life. And that car, of course, is probably, you know, never actually driven for real, just exists on a prototype stage, so that means usually they are a little better than it should be in real life, especially power, because that supercharged V6 was just hauling compared to this V8 here. Made a base, so here comes the shaky. Steering wheel just really shaking on that one. Catching up. Go full speed through the corner. Nope, didn't work out. I remember as a kid when we started playing these games and you weren't like that good with thinking about, of course I'm not doing really well now either, following the race line and lining up for the corners and the stuff you have to do if you're playing competitively, right? As a kid I was just, you know, wall-to-wall slamming basically, but you had a lot of fun anyway. And often, I'm sure everyone has done this, playing racing games, or... Oh!
You placed 8th.
You would always like spin around and then go against traffic to smack in as many as possible. Always, at some point. Alright, we will try the El Nino then. See how that is, because I have a feeling it's just off the hook. So that looks like a production car. Tiny. It looks like, I was gonna say, what's that, Pontiac Solstice or something like that. The coupe they made. Or no, yeah, the small roadster, sorry. Alright. El Nino. So let's see what stage. Rocky Pass. Ooh, mountain road. That I believe it. Some of the people that, you know, do this stuff and they're really it's like a backwards Corvette. Like cap. They are just really good. It's like I enjoy playing racing games. I'm just bad at them, and it's just fun. Like I will play Forza and Gran Turismo and stuff, and I'll just steamroll like by being overpowered and like not racing correctly, and that's why I never play on mine. But then you watch people that are really good at it, and you watch like people getting like I know that they did the thing with Gran Turismo where they actually selected someone to race their car for real,
2,
right?
1, go!
Oh, that's a lot of power. I see why this is the unlockable, because it's like physics be damned, it's not Ooh, I gotta watch out the power there, because it is hauling. I got ran off the road too. Oh my goodness, I'm just getting smacked around. I didn't look at the specs on this guy, what it supposedly has, but sure seems like a Ford inside to me, but it's just the logo there. Whee! Oh, it is like fishtailing. Oh, that's fine. Let's see, that's the reset. That's funny, because the other cars haven't been powerful enough to spin out, but this thing is just... I gotta watch throttle... Oh! Throttle application. Huh. Boy, this car is giving me a workout now. It's just like over direct, like even the slightest turn, and it's just totally turning. I feel like this probably wasn't a good stage for this car. It's so curvy here, but again, it's like if you know what you're doing, this car is probably stupendously fast, but I do not know what I'm doing, so... Tunnel bombing. Yeah, every time I like flip the steering wheel back, it just kind of this little tail wiggle. Oh, now it's picking up speed. Oh my goodness. This is fine. We're fine. This is fine. Thread needle. We unsuccessfully threaded the needle. Oh yeah, we're gonna crash all day long. Just like I drive in real life. It's like terrifyingly fast here. Whoop, that's a boulder. Let's see, where's reverse? There we go. Yeah, this may be above my skill level. This is where I say I have great depth perception as I fly off a cliff. Oh, come on. I'm curious to look at the spec sheet now because this thing is just like ridiculous. But like I'm assuming this is the late unlockable car, so theoretically then you have raced a lot in the game and you're very good at it. I, however, am a cheater and got the car right away. And it's like I can't give full throttle anywhere, and it's really difficult to feather it with this pedal here, which is just your standard plastic pedal, but there's no spring in it really. I mean, there's a spring, but there's almost no resistance, so I have to like lift my foot to not give full throttle, which is not super comfortable, so that's why it's a little hard. See, if I keep making excuses, that will make it seem plausible, right? Let's haul in now. That's a street lamp, which is very solid. Did I miss a Saturn Sky Pontiac Solstice joke there now? I'm sad. I'll have to check it in a minute after I'm done killing my driver here.
It's the final lap.
Oh, good. It's funny because it's really hard, like I mentioned. The pedals then are your typical like steering wheel, you know, game steering wheel plastic pedals. But again, the spring is not very stiff. And I almost wish to, maybe I'll look into this if I'm going to play this a lot. Just a way to reinforce that spring that's in there. Maybe it's just worn out over time. Or whatever it does to prevent your foot from just hitting the floor. Because it doesn't take much force at all. So it's almost like an on-off switch in that sense. So every time I'm tapping the brake, I give too much brake application. And as you can tell, the tail just woo, comes like that. Comes out like crazy. None of the other cars did that, so I'm not sure if this is like front brakes or what's going on. But again, I have a feeling this is one of those cars that's like probably unstoppable if you know what you're doing, but I'm finding myself having to be very careful with the brake. But it's a racing game, so I'm going flat out there, like I tap the brake and it just starts sliding like a handbrake almost. So we got some rock in the 90s soundtrack here, so I said I don't know why I missed out on Need for Speed 3, or this game I should say, since we're playing it. Tunnel bombing. Maybe I can roll the windows down. So yeah, I played High Stakes. I didn't play too much. I think I just was into racing games at the time, for some reason. We're not gonna... Oh! Oh! You calling fisticuffs now between the Toyobaru twins or whatever? I have driven the 86 actually, thanks to a friend. Test drove it, was really fun, but very, very slow. Very slow. It's weird because we were like, you know, yeah, punch it! We're going 30! But it was super engaging to drive, but it was not fast. But yeah, 2 was, I remember, Need for Speed 1 had such character. I love the attention to detail, and like, they really, you show how passionate they are about the cars. Like, it had definitely more on the arcadey side, but it was super fun to play. It was, no other racing game had such depth of information on the cars. There were specs, rockin' 90s soundtrack. You could watch videos about them. I just love the showcases. I would sit for an hour and just watch all the showcases over and over. And Need for Speed 2 just, I don't know, it lacked a lot of that charm and character. It was pretty flat to me, and So I remember it having a 3D acceleration option. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong now. See if we can not crash on that little hole there. 50, sure. Getting the hang of it though. This is, I mean, it's really fun, and the wheel does make it. I didn't crash. I didn't crash. I'm good. I'm good. Don't drive imaginary supercars and talk.
You placed last.
Boy, that was a rough ride. But we got there in the end. Yes, Cap. Ooh, boy. No, I don't want to race again. That was a very, very difficult car. And, 107. I had a 30 mile an hour higher, or 40 mile an hour higher top speed than any of the other cars. So I don't think we're going to do the El Nino again. That was a little overkill. We got these cool, like, Australian cars. But NFC 2 never grabbed me, really, so... Yeah. Oh yeah, they do have to crash, obviously. It's a racing game, so... And I'm driving, so then we're crashing. Color Heron. So is there, there's no showcase. It's a little bummer there's no showcase at all, because I like to look at the specs, but you can't. So, do they have a specs for the El Nino? No, because it's like just an over-the-top supercar. But no information at all. It's kind of a bummer. We have the 355 Spider. What I mostly remember...
Most auto enthusiasts agree that if there's one
I never
way to
touched
make
this
a
gear.
great
Sixth
car
gear?
better, it's to
Wow.
take off the top.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got that.
And that's exactly what Ferrari
Every time I
did
got
to
like a
create
good
the
straightaway, then it was
355
just like I have to turn at the
Spider
end.
F1.
There's a problem. It's
With
great
its
until there's a
dramatic,
turn.
tastefully restrained Pininfarina styling.
I
it
remember this
succeeds a long
car.
line of
That's what he
V8
drives
powered
in
Ferraris,
The Rock,
from the
right?
original 308
Nicolas Cage
to the
steals it
most recent
and drives it.
348.
I thought it looked
The
so cool.
355
And
is
he
the
wrecked it, and I
company's
was so
most
sad.
affordable product, but it's still very much a Ferrari in both looks and performance.
I remember this was one of the first like
the power plant is a highly
affordable
advanced
Ferraris. It was a big deal, I think, in the
boasting
90s.
5 valves per cylinder and double overhead cams. It develops a stirring 375 horsepower, providing very snappy performance in a car that tips the scales at just under 3,000 pounds. The
Yeah, it didn't have to
355
have.
gets its
I mean,
F1
I think
designation
someone correct me, but a lot of modern cars have a lot more,
transmission,
you know, not
which
only
operates as a
luxuries and
semi-automatic,
amenities in
using
them,
shifting
but then the
paddles
safety
on the
features
steering
add a lot of
wheel,
weight, so
just like a
which is fine. But
Ferrari Formula 1 race car.
then you look at the
V8
weight
and its
on modern
gearbox
cars,
are
I think it's a
mounted
little
just
higher.
aft
So
of the cockpit, and this location gives the 355 F1 extraordinary balance and weight distribution.
the Diablo.
The Lamborghini Diablo was developed to replace the
If you're kidding in the 90s, you probably had a poster
job done superbly.
of
Sleek,
Diablo,
ground-hugging
or there's a
styling
Countach, depending on when you grew up.
incorporates the unique upward swinging doors made famous
Yes, the Prius
by
would be nice.
Countach.
Yeah, there's no fuel
Diablo
economy
body
measurement
brick
here.
is
What?
constructed
I mean,
from
that's what I care
steel
about.
tubing, aluminum alloy, and carbon fiber to create a rigid, lightweight structure, which
A
contributes
Lambo. I
towards
watched
the car's
Doug DeMuro
startling
is fun to
performance.
watch on YouTube, and he does like car reviews and stuff, and he's in a Diablo, and you know, it's a special car.
With 500, it seems a long way from tractors to supercars, but that's the route Ferruccio Lamborghini
Yeah,
took.
I love it when they
He
put the
decided
showcases in there, because it just, I don't know,
that it was time
it
for
adds
someone
more to the
build a
game
better
instead of
sports
just a
car.
racing game, if you will.
The Lamborghini Diablo.
Especially since they're doing... Ooh, look at these slideshows. Especially since they're using licensed cars, right? So this does not have Porsche at all, I think. Yeah, Countach. A lot of people are Countach, I think. So pretty sure my brother had a poster of a Countach as well. Diablo SV.
The Lamborghini Diablo.
Let's try the Lamborghini Diablo. Problem is that I have such a cramped space here. I need to figure out a better setup with the streaming solution here, mostly because I'm in a corner here, right? Got my CRT there, and I have like freaking 5 towers under here now, all jammed in. Some of them are in use, some are not. And there's a drawer here that takes up space, so I have very narrow space. So I'm sitting upright, and my feet are like this all the time when I'm racing, and then I have to tap them down. So I don't think the Bugatti's in this one. I don't seem to remember that. No. I think there is one of the NFS games that has the Bugatti EB 110. It might be the High Stakes, actually. If anyone wants to look that up, it's Need for Speed High Stakes or Road Challenge. That's the one I think it's in. But it might be one of the other ones. But I'm pretty sure it's been in one of the games. Lost Canyons, is that a... Boy, they sure like, ooh, night driving. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah. Always need more space, and I do consume a lot of space down here with all my collectibles. A lot of junk, but... There, we'll do the Lambo. Welcome, Chris. You have missed me flying off the stage several times, crashing, honking my horn, complaining about my feet hurting driving, making excuses for crashing, and, you know, numerous things like that, so.
3.
That is very dark. Is there no light up on instrumentation? Nope. Listen to that sewing machine V12. This may have been a bad idea. So you're telling me the Lambo has 0 interior lighting? I always pick these like super fast cars that are just... It's like picking Bowser in Mario Kart, right? If you know what you're doing, you're going to be fastest, but if you just keep crashing, then you're going to have a bad time. This seems like a bad... No. Revving to over 7,000 RPM. Boy, this is a bad idea on a night stage, huh? That's why something was a little faster. A lot of these tracks are super curvy, which I mean is cool, but I've driven this one, I think. Let's I'm gonna chicken out and pick a different stage. I do not think they have a white Ford Falcon in here, but maybe they do. Oh, that's an expert stage. Okay, so Summit, Expert. These are beginner. It's driven them several times. Aquatica. Oh my goodness. Such complicated staging. Yeah, I do have high stakes here, which is in Europe is called Road Challenge. I mentioned that earlier. That is the game that I have played. Yeah, was it Porsche 2000? Or I think I have the loose CD for that. I don't have the big box. I will not do night driving in this one, but I kind of want to check the stage out. It looks cool, but so many corners. Can I pick opponent cars to be even... Oh, there we go. That's our problem. We'll do full grid, but we'll do normal, because then maybe have a chance to catch up. Yeah, this is Need for Speed 3. Yeah, that was that part 2 with Porsche. I think it's just that a Porsche Unleashed, or I think it was called Unleashed or Porsche 2000, but it was just the right game at the right time for me. So, oh no, it literally crashed. First crash. I'm surprised it made it that far. That's alright, we'll just hop right back in. I wonder if that stage will crash every time, we'll find out. Or it's just some random thing. Flew too close to the sun. This is updated to the latest version that was available, which is 4.5, I believe. Let's try that again. It even kept all the settings here. Full grid, okay. Full grid, back. Is it weird because it's saying the individual car there? I don't know if that's a problem. Try again and find out. I wonder if the settings are gonna, yeah, was it an EA access violation? EA access or EA access. You have been found not to be paying enough money for this game. Please insert credit card to continue. See, EA jokes are fun. Nope. Alright, let me try with the... We'll try one more thing with that same stage. And I wonder, because I switched into full grid and it's not liking it, so... So there is a modern patch for a lot of these games. I think Ted was mentioning it earlier too. He was playing that on a modern computer. You can actually download these from My Abandonware and just get the modern patch and just play them straight up on a modern computer. But where's the fun in that? I have to justify this old stuff somehow. Right, one car. Try one more time, and I feel that stage just isn't gonna load. Maybe? Yeah, there is a huge community, actually. I think it's nfscars.com or .net or something. Nope. We will try a different stage, but yeah, I wonder, you're mentioning that the car is glitched. Something's not right there with the opponent selection. We'll do a cop race again then, on that stage. Hot Pursuit. Or maybe, I wonder, that custom car is not loading correctly. Could be that, too. Could be simple as that. That is a custom car, after all. There, we'll do Lamborghini versus the Countach. I think they're gonna have a bad time. I think my Namlock key's on. I think that's the problem. Oh, just a pursuit, El Nino? Oh my goodness. If you want to watch me crash.
3, 2, 1, go!
That seems starting gear. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm not ready for the aggressive setting on the AI, to say the least. Oh, tail! So if you've ever seen, you know, a Lambo from the 90s in person, it's so low and so wide and so fat in the back. It's just like, oh my goodness, proportions are just so redonkulous. Oh, this is an expert track, alright. Yeah, we'll try and do a pursuit next time and see if I can chase him down. Oh, hello! That's fine. I'm just out for a cruise. We're going 60. I don't even know if you can in this game. Can you drive slow and they won't go after you? You're just like grandpa driving. It's fine. It's fine. Well, I wish I knew this track, because this is really complicated. Roadblock? I got a horn, though. There we go. Roadblock already? Nice tunnel. So I guess, are there any, does anyone know if there's any, like, fun codes in this game? Because I remember with Need for Speed 2, again, you could drive a dinosaur, I think. It was like a T-Rex on wheels, which is pretty ridiculous. Whoa!
You're lucky I'm in a good mood. I'm giving you a warning, but I'll be watching for you.
324 Central, in pursuit of a green Countach in Robinui Park. All units be advised. Unit 324, in pursuit of a green Countach. 324 Central,
Just driving. 30, 25.
16 to Central. I'm gonna need some help here in Robinui Park. All units, unit 316,
It's a boat. Wow, it's really struggling there with the frame rate, trying to render such a complex thing here. Oh, sorry. Ramrod? Bottom right corner. Super Trooper reference. This came out way before that, so unless someone renamed it there. I'm not sure if that's my opponent or, oh my goodness. Let's do a pursuit. Let's see if we can do play the cop. Oh, you can't slow down and roll the by. Okay. Yeah, let's try the and actually play the cop. We have the Pursuit El Nino. Let's try it. This will go very well. Let's switch track. That was with some of the beginner. They had more variety in the beginner tracks. We'll do this. Maybe we'll do backwards. Ooh, look at that. Fancy. Mirrored too. There we go. That's pretty cool that they let you do this, because I mean it's easy enough to make such a change and have a pretty nice variety in the stages that way. So this will not go well. I'm just warning ahead of time. Yeah, it's got the shifter here too, but
3, 2, 1, go!
Kind of not be in the inside of the car, because I have a very hard time playing from the back. Camera view is not bound to anything. Okay. Siren. So we'll do this then. Fine. There we go. So I have to ram them to apprehend them, or do I have to push a button to... Boy, this thing's fast. Doing so well until I didn't. Curse's brake is just like flings the tail out so bad. Yeah, just like that. Lost it. Ah, yeah, that's the thing that throws me off so much. Is like I tap the brake and the rear just comes flying out. Got him. We'll see what video card I get. I'm not in a hurry right now. My main rig has got that 1080 still, and got him. Yeah, it would be nice to have a missile lock. Starting second on this guy. Sure, if I have spike strips, I'm sure, but I don't have the button for it. Come on. There we go. Gotcha. Yeah, there's a button. I just don't I don't think I have it bound though. Catch that guy there now. Well, the trick is to not use the brakes on this guy at all. White Countach. There's a trail of coke after him. Gotcha. Haha. Go 12 gets you a school bus. Nice. Gotcha. Just one left. Alright. Yeah, I got the El Nino. Yeah, boy, I really want to try this in land. Circumstances, of course, doesn't give such indulgence, but boy, it would be fun. Gotcha. No? Douche. Alright, we'll catch up. And then some. Holy moly. Oh, that guy's stalled out there. Or caught him. Whipping through these bridges here now. I should have bound the button to deploy spike traps. Boy, you really gotta jam him into the side though. Like those pit maneuvers for your oh man. Yeah. I can say douche. See, if I am a douche, I can say douche, right? It's okay. Alright, so go 03. It's your truck or a school bus. Don't see that there. The GO03, right? Go 12. Oh, go 12 gives you a school bus. I hear the sound effect. I also don't know if my if my slots have been taken up by the downloadable car or something like that. I'll try the pursuit one more time and catch those guys. Do a different location. That one I beat. That's still a beginner. I'll try this one. I should probably look at the keybinds for the spike trap. I feel this should be useful. Need to be off the main or from the main menu, maybe. Try that. So spike trap is button G. Who knows what that is? I have a lot of buttons on this thing, so. All right, caught it. And there's like a billion buttons on this thing, so. Because you have all the PlayStation 2 buttons, so yes, spike strip is bound now to that button down here. Alright, I'll go back to the main menu and see if I can do the school bus there. Because I hear a sound effect when it does that, so. Up pursuit. It might also be the school bus is not available in the see it here. Might not be available in pursuit mode. And again, I wonder if there's this number of slots available in the game, and they're taken up by the downloadable cars, so. We'll do Hot Pursuit again. And then. Do the Pursuit of Manual, because that was fun. So manual. We'll keep it tricky. We have Rocky Pass. Yeah. I should give something. There, we'll race against the Shigeru. Oh, okay. So you basically can look at the map and see where they're coming and drop the spike trap and let them just drive past it and smack. Right? That's the idea.
3, 2, 1, go!
Boy, those cars are it's going very well so far. It's fine. These El Niños are robust vehicles. Goodness, did I set the AI to aggressive again or something? Does the spike trap have like a recharge or anything, or can you just use it one time? Got him! Boy, that is some high quality polygons there. Wow, I'm just piling up right now. Haha! Got him. That worked. I feel like some future cop or something with this ridiculous car. Ah, dang it. I got caught on that thing again. This corner has not been my friend. Lost him. Yeah, the problem is playing this game. It's so focused now, trying to catch him here. Forget almost to talk. And of course, you tuned in to listen to me blather on. But I do appreciate everyone hanging out when I'm trying random games that I'm very bad at. Yep. Come on. I like the fact that they don't slow down at all either. Put a cop on your tail. Gotcha. Okay, you can have one deployed. Whoa! Like Chase HQ or something. I think that was like a... I played a game in a hotel years and years ago, and I think it was an arcade version of Chase HQ or something. It was supposed to catch the bad guy. But I remember very vividly that you were driving like a red sports car, and this is like 16-bit graphics in an arcade, right? And you got helicopters to drop you like guns and stuff that came down on top of your car, and I thought that was just so cool. So I just used every spare change I had on that arcade machine. Gonna catch you. Yeah, it's definitely getting choppy here now. There's a lot to render with all these trees. I'm pretty pleased with myself. I didn't crash and I got that whole sequence. I should probably shift up. Say the well-known pit maneuver of flying over the perp and then stopping your car in front of them. Did not work. Kid, use turbo boost. I know some games they have the licensed cars like that, but well, that didn't work out. Ah! Don't think I'm gonna apprehend this guy. Come on. Boy, that's where the additional turning radius would have been nice on the wheel. I mentioned in the beginning if you weren't watching then, but this wheel in the PlayStation compatible mode will let you have much wider turning radius, or more lock to lock, like 3 turns, something like that, which is cool, but it also is a little frustrating sometimes. Maybe we should just wait for the next guy coming here. Catching up. Oh, I believe it. Yeah, it's as opposed to that website that has so many different cars. There's got to be probably every fan favorite in there. Kit, and I'm assuming DeLorean, and who knows what else. It's fun to see games have mod support, because it leads the community to just keep up with the game for a long time. Got to. He's honking his horn. There's a cop. Alright, last one. Let's see if I can get him before he crosses the finish line. Go more than 100. I can go faster than that if I can remember to shift up. Come on. I wish I could see the specs on this, because I know they, make some of these stuff up with these ridiculous cars, but it would be cool to see what the supposed specs of this thing is, because boy, it's fast. Watch out for stalled Shagiras. Ah! I don't want to drive this road in real life. It's like fun. Get so busy with Shagiras this time of year, though. There we go. Flying. It's fine. I feel like the interface is taking up a lot of my view space here now. Definitely reminds me of Colorado. Coming down the mountain. See what they're going for. Oh my goodness. Guy's relentless. Ah. Huh? Is there any left? No, I lost again. Ah. Yeah, Veyron. Boy. Was it meant to be? I should try a, I really want to, like, win one. So they have aggressive and normal. What's this class? Class C. There we go. I'm going to cheat like crazy to win one frickin' like police chase thing. Beginner. I thought Atlantica was expert. Oh, they have a. So this stage was like expert earlier. Are they all that? For that's expert. Expert. Okay. Atlantic. I was thinking Aquatica. So we'll do backwards on this one just because why not? All right. Let's catch some perps. It's quite a workout too. Again, the steering wheel is quite force you back. You probably see the sweat coming here now, but it's more engaging. It's like playing the new Doom games, which are like phenomenal. But boy, you're just like heart rate like 150 the whole time playing, which is cool.
1, go!
I am the law. Come on. That's the thing too, without the spike trap, I don't want to use it yet, but it seems like they would, you know, stop or do something, because you gotta do quite a maneuver to get them to stop. There's nothing to for them to get stuck on here. There we go. Gotcha. One.
217 to Central. Go ahead, unit 217. Suspect apprehended. 217 to Central. In pursuit of a silver sports car at the boardwalk.
They're just saying white sports car, because I think that's a... Oh... I think that's a DLC, or not DLC, but... Not DLC, but a downloadable car. Well, I guess it is a DLC. So they probably don't have the voice track for the cops. I have no problem catching up to them, but... Gotcha. Ooh, look at that hat.
217 to Central.
Go ahead, unit 217.
We're code 4 here.
10-4.
217 to Central. In pursuit of a green sports car at the Sky Bridge.
Yeah, white sports car. Yeah, this just begs for multiplayer. I can imagine. I don't think I mean, I never played this game multiplayer for sure, but it probably would blast trying to do the chasing. I guess I don't know if it supports actual like full LAN or not. It says 2-player in the menu. It might just be split screen. Oh, come on. You were totally stopped. There we go.
217 to Central.
Go ahead, unit 217.
Suspect apprehended.
Unit 217,
217 to Central. In pursuit of a silver sports car in a civic center.
Whoa, whoa. This is not an off-road car. Come on. Just spinning out. So even when I'm cheating and picking their slowest car and I'm going the fastest car, I still can't.
217 to Central.
Gonna take care of business here. Be kicked out of police academy. I will say I am pleased that the steering wheel is holding on to the table as well as it is, because that feels like that's always a thing when you have these kind of things. It would just rip off. Come on, come on, come on. How did he not get stuck there? Let me know if there's any particular things you guys want to see in this game besides this here. So I've just been doing my thing here. There we go. Gotcha. Any particular cars, any particular tracks, any particular mode, otherwise I'm just gonna free-wheeling it. There aren't that many fast tracks in this game. That's one thing I did like on the first Need for Speed as well. Had a really long straightaway on a highway one, and so did Porsche 2000 or Unleashed. Let you really gotcha. Thought I had you. There we go. Woo! Cheated my way to win victory.
Go ahead, unit 217.
Got all of them.
Congratulations! You're top cop.
Top cop. Alright. I feel so fulfilled now. Let's check it out this in softer mode then, which definitely will not run at 1024. So I did try and run in 1024 and it was really choppy. So let's switch it to, I think 800 by 600 is probably the best one. But yeah, I just went to town installing games on this system. There's just so many from this era that I liked. And you can probably spot, you know, maybe you can find a favorite of yours. You know, Red Alert 2, Star Trek Armada. Of course, played on Real last time, but I got the Tiberian Sun as well. The Populous New Beginning, I installed that, which is the 3D sequel to Populous. And Motocross, those games. Motor Racer is really fun. Motor Truck Madness, Monster Truck Madness 2, Midtown Madness. And this game, which I was showing to a couple friends yesterday, Extreme Biker, or a couple days ago now. Irrelevant. which is a motocross game like Motocross Madness, except when you get killed or you fall off the bike, a ragdoll physics just makes the guy go flopping, and it's just super funny and silly. So, but let's find, there's the direct 3D setup. So we'll run this 3D setup, and we will switch to software renderer. And then I think I have to take the, and we'll just go up and run from here. Is that the shortcut? No, it's the application. Okay, so now we'll be in software mode, and we'll make it chunky. Should we go to 640 by 480? It's probably going to run pretty smoothly, actually, at that point. Oh, look at that. That's pretty quick. Single race, options, graphics. 320, that's like 240p. Yeah, Battlezone 2 is really fun. Yeah, there's the first one too, but I did really enjoy Battlezone. I played Battlezone 2 a little bit, but it was the time when I was like collecting a lot of games but not playing them. But I like the premise of that. I've always wanted to try Battlezone in multiplayer because it looked like that base building, except in first person and vehicles. It looked just really cool. Alright, let's pick a different car. I don't want this thing. That's pretty quick. Yeah, we'll go Ferrari. The red Ferrari, because that's what Ferraris are. Not Atlantic, I would just did that one. Yeah, we'll do Summit, because it looks nuts. We'll do forward. And let's do opponent car. Class B. Let's do a Class B car. Race. Yeah, I have a lot of old discs. So besides the games, you can see up in the corner there. It's a little stack there, but then I have behind me down. I have quite a bit of a. So yeah, this is software render, and I always thought software render was really charming, and it is running very well.
1, go!
This looks really good. I'm driving my Ferrari on slick roads. This will be fine. Boom. It's fine, we'll do off-roading in our Ferrari. Dude, you just wrecked your Ferrari. Go watch the movie The Rock. I don't know. For me, it's the quintessential mid-90s bombastic action movie, right? It's just got so many things going for it, and I just lapped that movie up during that era. Still do enjoy it a lot. It was the first DVD I got, actually. We were in Germany. I was still living in Europe at the time. And we were just at a shopping mall or something in Germany, and I saw DVDs really cheap. I'm like, oh wow, I'm going to buy The Rock, but it was The Rock, because it's The Rock in German. And it did play, because it's the same region, right? But then the default voice was German, so instead of Sean Connery saying, "Welcome to The Rock," he said, "Willkommen aus der Rock." And I just couldn't stop laughing at that, so. Because like, if you haven't watched dubbed movies, which is very common in or pretty much all movies in Germany and Italy, the voice actors that dub are almost as like famous as the actual actor, and they have like often the same actor doing it over and over. Growing up in Sweden, we did watch with the original spoken language, and then subtitling basically was the name of the game there. It is not quite as fast as Del Nino, but it behaves better. Nothing is as fast as Del Nino, but it certainly is behaving a lot better. Yeah, it's really charming graphics, actually. It's like the Direct 3D is. Get out of my way! It's amazing what they could do with software, really. When you think about it, it's like, no, just CPU powered. You know, I don't. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not good gonna say that I'm an expert on this, but as I understand, when you're doing software, the CPU is doing all of it, like all the heavy lifting, everything. So you need a very powerful CPU, which is why when you play, like, say, Quake, the first one, and you're on the software, like, you're thinking, oh, I have a powerful, I can crank up to 1024. No, it will certainly not. Why is this guy so in my way? Really? I mean, he's, like, actually blocking me. It's like, you basically don't have any 3D offloading at all. It's all done in processor. Now, in this game, I think it's like minimum 166, something like that. So we have a 700, so we are way more power than we need. So there's certainly overhead there. But then as soon as you start cranking up resolution, yeah, it's just not going to be able to do it fast enough. Cool stage, though. A little fun tidbit. Hang on, my goodness, that guy's on me. I realized I was playing high stakes or road challenge, depending on what region you're from. And I think it's funny because I was trying to do a no CD crack on Need for Speed 4, and it was a German one, and the Brenner Asphalt, which is like burning asphalt, was the subtitle of it. So that was pretty funny. But I recognized a song from the game or the car showcase in Need for Speed 4, then, which again is high stakes, and that's where you can take the little car and rotate it. And, oh my goodness, this guy's ridiculous! Look, he's just slowing down right in front of me. It's honky. Maybe he wants to get my insurance since I hit him like multiple times. I think he's road raging. Like, he's speeding up and then slowing down right in front of me. There we go. That didn't work out so well. Anyways, I was saying, the music there is a really cool, like, mellow, club music kind of thing. And that is the same music they use in the Afterlife Club in Mass Effect 2. I did not realize that until later, but it's got like a nice little driving bass line. Come on.
Final lap.
Look at this AI just like literally blocking me. Constantly. See, if I can explain it away, that'll explain why I'm not winning, right? But it's a little weird because, yeah, the AI is not like just... In this case, it's not driving his line. He is literally trying to block me as soon as I get in range here. One game I thoroughly enjoyed playing in the arcade, and it was every time we went to one of the larger cities close to where I lived as a kid, they had an F355 challenge with a manual arcade machine, and that was amazing. Super loud, you know, sounded like a real Ferrari. You're shifting a gated shifter with a clutch, and oh, it was so glorious. I mean, I never got very far in it because it's an arcade machine. It's meant to take your money unless you're really good. And I was not. But oh, the few fleeting moments there where I could be driving a Ferrari, quote unquote. If you're revving this thing higher, I guess it's a Ferrari. But yeah, I think this is fantastic in software, and it looks really good. It's not like detracting experience, and it almost has... The weird thing with early 3D titles, a lot of them are kind of flat in the color. I'm not sure how to describe it, but I find a lot of early direct 3D games are kind of like just bland, like it's not very saturated, and this looks like more even with colors. Richer, I guess, is the best way to describe it. That's just a me thing, probably, but again, you have a lot of expressive character in these cars now. I saw him hit his brakes. That's where he made his first mistake. Seems like it corners pretty well. I can get full throttle in the corner and it's not going to fly out like the Nino did. 7,700 RPM. Ferrari after all. Now we're getting in the groove here. Yeah, it's really, the force feedback is quite good in this game. Or at least it's, you know, what it's using for here. Again, it's using a generic profile for the steering wheel, but it feels right. You know, it's a little jerky sometimes and like kind of on-off thing. But overall, I would have been ecstatic to play the game like this when I was a kid. I feel like I lose sight of that sometimes when I'm... Oh my goodness, that AI move there is... you lose sight of that when you have access to so many like parts that you might not have as a kid or equipment or whatever to play your games. You would have been extremely happy with less, and also you didn't know any better, but often you didn't have much. I mean, I think a lot of us were, you know, gaming on the family computer, and that's what you had. It wasn't like you could just like, Dad, buy me a new video card. You know, you had what you had, and you were happy with it. And often, especially in the beginning, before 3D became prevalent, then it was just a matter of, boy, these corners are tight. Sort of a 90-degree lock on the steering wheel kicked in there. You had a 1 meg video card or something, and a Soundmaster 16 compatible card, and I mean, you could play most games from that era. And, like, you got a 46 some variety, and you were having a good time. Mine was a 4633SX, was the first real computer, and it was not fast, but I played a ton of games on it, so. Ah, yes, The Rock, fantastic. Con Air is better. That's right, I'm keeping up now. John Malkovich was really good. I think it's just for me, The Rock has had so much ridiculousness. Yes, Con Air is probably more ridiculous if possible, but I had. So during the time, I had, or I still have, there's a mini disc player, and that had, I have the Rock soundtrack on mini disc somewhere. So, and this thing doesn't work anymore. The laser assembly is given out, I think, or something needs to be recalibrated. This is the one I had in high school, and I recorded like the entire Rock soundtrack on here and listened to it on riding the bus, and thought it was so cool. Yeah, let's go back and set the. So you actually played this game at the lowest resolution. Let's check it out quick. I'm curious now. Physical 240p, yeah. Knockouts, is that when you get loose? Keep doing that. I should drop down. Let's see. Options. The menu structure is still a little odd to me in this game. Widescreen, no. There we go, 240p. Let's see how that scales, because I'm not sure. Because the thing now is that, remember, I'm going through a scaler that actually is converting the VGA to HDMI, right? So it will smoothen things out for sure. It won't be nearly as blocky. I'm already seeing, looking now, it's a lot blockier on the CRT. Because of course it's not scaling anything on the CRT, but then the converter is doing that. So we can probably high on car detail. There, we'll crank up all the settings to max. The lowest resolution. Alright, let's pick a different car. Oh, we're locked into Class B, I see. Let's do Class A then. Maranello. Giro. Lister Storm. And location. And switch. Oh, knockout. I see. You probably race until you get knocked out, but we'll try it. Alright, thanks for joining, Dan. See you later. Oh my, that is very chunky. Like him chunky. That's 240p. Probably. Oh, run super smooth, but it looks like a PlayStation game. PS1.
3, 2, 1, go!
Boy, it's smooth though. Yeah, this is. Hey, you would have played it. Clearly. So smooth though. That's probably the speed it should be, you know, in all resolutions if you want to have a really good time. That's what I was talking about earlier about frame rate, and it's like you feel the difference playing it now, especially a racing game. But again, they were able to. I mean, it's fully doable and playable. Was this game out on PlayStation? Or is it the PS2 title? It probably was a PS2 title. No, this is before. Unless I released it later. I know a lot of Need for Speed games, of course, came out on PlayStation 2, but... don't think I'll make it through this knockout. Oh, smoke. But again, it feels like the color palette is just richer in software mode than this in 3D acceleration. I don't know what it is. It's just a shading or what. I know that a lot of these games only support 16-bit color in 3D rendering, but I think it was 16-bit on the software side here as well. So. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Again, I'm getting into it now. It's, you know, you look at the cars and there's like 4 pixels way over in the distance, but it's probably fully playable. Makes me wonder how this will look with like scan lines, scanline generator or something. And you could output this on a CRT or a TV or something, but then I'm sure you're very familiar with the computer monitors output 30 kilohertz vertical signal, a vertical refresh rate, and the I mean, almost all the tube TVs back in the day did 15. So that's the biggest. Oh, those corners. Whoops, I gotta put it into first. It's so smooth. It really reminds me now of Need for Speed 1, playing it like this. I even think Need for Speed 1's high resolution mode was sharper than this, so. Whoops. I might show Motorhead after this or something, because that's another fantastic driving game. Pop in here real quick. But yeah, it's, I think I said it before too, but when you have access to like all the games, it's hard to pick and stick with one title because you hop around so much. But I mean, when you bought a game back in the day, you bought the game, and you're going to play it a lot or be disappointed. You're not going to... Most of us didn't have the opportunity to just go and buy a new game right away. So you played it a lot. But I also had time. There's that part, right? Younger and you had a lot of time. Run out home after school and play games, or play all weekend. Boy, I think I got knocked out.
Lap. You placed 8th.
Nice. Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't have. I had the standard like.
You've been eliminated from the knockout.
I was
competition.
eliminated. I had the first 4-6 I had was the well, the only 4-6 I had was the compact Presario CDS all-in-one, and that had like a 15-inch CRT, but then the actual viewable was like 13. So that's what I played a lot of games on. Then when I got an AST 100, which is the same type machine I have under here, then I had I think it was the standard, 17, 16-inch probably monitor or something like that. They look quite good like that. Okay, let's check out another racing game real quick. Been playing Need for Speed now for a long time. I want to check out one more thing before we call it, but I do have the mentioned Motorhead, which is really good. Well, actually, let's fire up Road Challenge, because it's so similar. I want to show the minuscule differences, or high stakes. And we'll see that I was not aware how similar they were. I gotta make sure it's mounted here, because this I have on ISO. Because I said I had the big box for it. Right. Unfortunately, it's one of those I got lost. I think I mentioned it so many times, and empty. Don't know where it ended up. I tried to burn it actually, but it's got like a whole bunch of security stuff on it that did not work out so well. Yeah. That's the thing too, I remember, I mean, without the internet and stuff, I don't know how many times I had some problem or something, and you just I mean, autoexec bad and config says how many hours I spent trying to get like the most memory out of it, and it just couldn't. Just never was meant to be. Fought it forever. Boom. Thought I had this fixed. It was working the other day. Maybe we're not playing it. Because the game disc is in fact inserted. I updated it and then it was fine. So I guess we're not playing this. Yeah, that's the old executable there. Insert game disc. Because I updated it. And then it was fine. That's true, yeah. I might go backwards a little bit. I might stream... we'll go back to Motorhead then real quick. But... probably going to some older game. I'm thinking back now. I've been playing a lot of, you know, modern games. Windows 98. Either that, or do some tinkering video, or even play something on the Mister. Because I know a lot of you guys are probably interested in retro computers and stuff. But yeah, the Mister is, again, a fantastic machine that can run just so much stuff. They're working on PlayStation support for it now. There's a person, together with a few other people, that are working on literally, like, PSX support, and being able to play PlayStation on that thing too. Yes, depending on my depth perception. It goes great. Some game with lots of ledges and lava, perhaps. So this is Motorhead, a very arcadey racer that I enjoyed tremendously. This is very quiet, it looks like. Let's see, where's the sound? I'll switch that to direct sound. There we go. Use this really cool CD music. Single race. We'll go to Red Rock Reverse Neo City. That was cool. Car. Python V12. Cool techno soundtrack. Like, I mean, it's just so like early 3D acceleration to me. This game, when you see it, if you haven't seen this game, it's super fun arcade racer. Pretty sure this was on PlayStation as well, but it just looks so the part of the early 3D titles, right? And this terrific techno trance soundtrack, and it's just a whole package of early. But I do not have force feedback on in this game because it did not work out so well, and I have automatic. So unfortunately now, it really feels sloppy to play it. But this aesthetic, to me, is again those early 3D acceleration titles, right? And it's just so fast, so smooth. And it may be one of those that's actually better to play. Oh my goodness, this is so fast now compared to Need for Speed. Because this is like a futuristic arcade racer, and I mean, look at this, like, woo! This is one of those, like, you just slam off the wall and keep driving like that. Just keep going. Almost lost no speed, but it's a blast to play. Whoa! I remember that, pillar. This one might be one that's better with just a controller or, ow, ow. We're good. Boom. Fortunately, my glorious depth perception saved me there. I remember that wall. I just love the soundtrack on this game, too. I actually, again, put that on my minidisc player. I think I went into the menu of the game or something like that, and I actually have CD audio on the CD, actually, so I might have put it on a CD player, but then I piped that to my minidisc player to record it. It was just noisy and crackly because I had crappy cables, but still, I listened to the soundtrack. But yeah, I tried force feedback in this game, and it was just way too aggressive. Like, again, it was like engine idle, which makes sense, you know, okay, great, but it was just like shaking the whole table, even the smallest input. I believe the top speed of my car is by far the highest compared to those guys. You can do some wicked slides into, and it's This supports multiplayer as well. You can install the, something I miss, the Spawn installation, where you can install a multiplayer version of the same game from one disc that has just multiplayer capability. So you can play many people on the same disc, which is really cool. But yeah, it's just tight as all controls, minus the steering wheel dead zone right now then. There's no feel in the middle at all without the force feedback on, because the motor is like disengaged on the steering wheel now. So it's not really snapping back into place much. Woo! Just really flying. Finish this race and I'm probably call it good, I think, but I'm getting in the groove now. This game is just so much fun. But I played through this game on keyboard, like I did many other racing games. I didn't have a steering wheel until later, and it was certainly not one with force feedback, and I definitely remember playing Need for Speed Porsche with a just steering wheel, and it was just no feel at all, and it was cheap, and I was young, so I couldn't afford it once with force feedback. But this game is super fast, like it's got that silky smooth 60 FPS, and oh, this is fine. Well, I was doing well. Yeah, it's got lens flares. Oh, the guy just went flying there. But it's got all the hallmarks. Oh, come on, that spot again. Of a early like 3D effects title and everything. And it supports OpenGL, Direct 3D, and 3D effects. But this is the quintessential early 3D accelerated title to me. Out of my way. Spinning out. I was doing really well there, but it's pretty funny because I had this game in a not legal copy for the longest time, and that's how I played it. But it was burned on such a crappy CD. You know, everyone who was burning CDs back in the day, they bought the cheapest multi-bundle pack they could find, right? And they didn't care so much about quality. It was just a no-name CD, and I believe it just literally rotted out. At least 2 of the CD tracks wouldn't work anymore, and etc. But this is an actual original copy. I do have the big box for it, still sealed. Found it recently, actually. But then I found a loose copy as well, and that's what I'm playing off now. So this is legit. It's real. Woo! A little pause here now as the CD. Oh, that corner is going to be the death of me, apparently. It's doing really well there. So that's applicable for many people in the 2020s, huh? I don't think it loops the CD, it just ends there, but it's just so smooth, it's just mesmerizing to look at. Kind of a whittled down or quintessential arcade driving experience, basically. That's the thing I have with games. I am terrible at being consistent at games. So I will have a little burst of doing really well. If anyone's played me in LAN, you probably have experienced that too, where I'll just be wrecking everyone. And then I'm just terrible for the rest of the time. It's like, I can have really good streaks, but I have equally bad streaks too. But I've never been particularly, I wouldn't say, you know, really, really good at games, but I have always enjoyed games. And that's why I tend to play on easier difficulties now too, because like, you know what? I don't have time to do nail-biting hard games or anything, because I just don't have enough time to plow through. And I have friends who are like, I only play on the hardest difficulty because I want the game to last, and you know, whatever. I was like, oh, that sounds exhausting. Compared to a lot of the games that now are built with difficulty in mind, the retro platformer, of course, has become the new thing to be difficult. But they design around quick restarts and, ah man, 6th position. There you go, yeah. That'd be cool to try a multiplayer on stream. I get to see my mug there in the ski mask, and I'm assuming all these are developers from Rodriguez Vasquez, or Vasquez. Really cool game. Whew. I've been wrestling with the steering wheel now for a couple hours. I was pretty worn. Anyway, yeah, I'll figure out some nice game for next week. So, message retracted. Did you say some bad things, Ted? I don't know, scroll wheel. I can't look here, but yeah, you're right. Looking back now here, but the N64, that kind of smooth out and I don't know. It's a really fun retro arcade game, and I think you can get it on GOG now. Motorhead, you believe you have to pay for it now. It's not on abandonware. Up to 60 FPS gameplay, up to 16 killer tracks, scream louder, drive faster. 1998. That is the epitome of that kind of idea. Yeah, probably more cats around here. Oh, I need cat for the algorithm. Where'd the cat go? Usually it's here, and then she tries to jump up on me. She's like, oh, you have warmth. I need to be up here right now. I don't care what you're doing. Yeah, I do have the box for this. I said I haven't opened it. There it is. It was in shrink wrap, I think. Actually, not shrink wrap, but it was the... it has the seal here. But it's a very basic box. It's very faded. It's not in great condition. It looks probably pretty vibrant here on the camera, but anyone can easily get the hang of this beautiful racer. 10 hot and wired cars. Motorhead possesses violent breakneck speed and ultra car handling, pushing your PC to the very limit. Power across Europe and the USA in locations ranging from abandoned mining facilities to desolate downtown highways. Unlock further cars and tracks as you move up each of the racing divisions to become the Trans-Internet Speed League champion. I'll switch to the camera. Okay, it looks like a normal box. The screenshots on the back here are hilariously low quality. I don't know if that shows up there. That's not camera blur you're seeing. The screenshots on here are terrible. So you see there's text over the bar there. That is not readable or legible at all. It's super blurry. It looks like they took a picture off the CRT or something. But again, I think this was a PlayStation 1 title as well. I'm pretty sure. That'd be real cool to check out on PlayStation. I should try it sometime. But anyway, that's a lot of driving. I think I'm going to take a break here, called for tonight. So I will come up with another random game for next week. We'll see what we play then. Who knows? That's part of the fun. I don't even know usually until right up. In this case here, I know you guys were having a... you were talking about Need for Speed 3, so that's mostly why I played it, so everyone can have fun. One thing I saw actually on old magazines, gaming magazines from the 90s, I saw they had basically a cardboard funnel that sat on top of the monitor, so they could like block out as much light as possible to get a direct light of the CRT. So, I mean, what you're going to do? There weren't, advanced capture functionality back then in a lot of games, and of course hardware was expensive to do that kind of stuff, so, but they had to do what they had to do, and a lot of games have pictures, but then, yeah, some of them are probably, I'm looking at the Need for Speed one, and it's actually pretty sharp, so, I'm not sure if they grade with that one, so, anyway, yeah, thanks Ted, you're awake again, so, appreciate everyone hanging out again, it's really fun again, hopefully you got some enjoyment out of me rambling, and crashing things over and over a lot. So, I will see you guys next week, hopefully, and I'll figure out some other game to play. We'll see what we play. Who knows? Probably something older this time, I think. So, anyway, have a good evening. I'll see you guys next week.